scientists have calculated. Also, light does not travel in a straight line, and so your method of measuring distance is meaningless. Please come to London from Hercules. We are your neighbors, located just 5 minutes away. Normally we communicate telepathically, but today we are using a device so you can hear voices we do not have. I can only spend a short time with you, and then I must go. I will impart as much wisdom as I can, and you must learn very quickly to benefit from my thoughts. We are 328 light years from Earth, but it does not take us long to travel home or to visit your beautiful blue planet, just 5 minutes. We increase our vibration level and enter a higher dimension where time and distance physics are different. This is why we can travel so great a distance in so little time. The speed of light is much faster than your scientists have calculated. Also, light does not travel in a straight line, and so your method of measuring distance is meaningless. Please do not be misled by our use of your terms for the distance of 328 light years. It is your scientists who place us at that distance, and this is incorrect. We are much farther. You have much to learn about the universe, and you will learn it if you survive. But the odds are against survival of any species, however strong, however brilliant they are. Your chances of survival can be compared with a soldier standing up and walking 5 kilometers across a battlefield with armies on either side of him firing directly at him. You focus on riches and luxuries instead of what is really important, survival. Once you have learned about all the societies which have failed, you will respect life and not be so foolish about the most important aspect of life, survival. We have traveled to many star systems, and we have seen many civilizations. As we report that most societies do not survive, we also report that there are as many reasons for their failures as there are vanquished and extinct civilizations. You might think it's sad when a civilization is destroyed, but it's not sad at all. This is how the universe grooms itself and maintains perfect balance. You shed dead skin, and the universe sheds its waste as well. You practice many times at the piano, and then you give one great performance. The great performance you give depends upon all those trial runs, that some would consider a waste. But the great performance is not possible without the trials, and societies are the same way. It's funny that you know very well that you must practice to get to Carnegie Hall, but you fail to see why it is necessary for most societies to vanish. Do you dispose of the video of you practicing to make the piano great? It is no longer useful, and so you discard it, as if you don't want to remember when you were learning. The factory does not put out perfect products, and some are rejects. In the universe, only the best one in 1,000 can prevail. I hope you understand the reason why creation chooses only one to replicate, and all others must be scrapped. If you do not clean house, nature will do it for you. This is a fundamental law of the universe. If you think about it, you will agree that in most cases, the best thing that could happen is for the civilization to become extinct because it is flawed in some way and defeated by its problems. For example, one society failed because the leaders were greedy and selfish. Should those societies which cannot overcome greed exist at all? Another society failed because some would quickly sell out the rest for a quick profit. We have seen this on your planet, and if you have been unaware of it until now, you have no more excuses. Now you know. Do something about it. If any in the species would sell out the rest, should that society survive? If you use logic, you will see why such societies must vanish, so that better ones will prevail. There are universal laws which must be obeyed. Service to self will not work. Service to others does work. If you have not discovered these universal laws, how can you follow them? Each individual in a society must be a moral being. When a society loses its morality, it must perish to make way for those with intentions. Do you think that anyone would desire to live in an unjust world, an immoral universe? Service to self individuals must be replaced by service to others types. Ask yourself which is better. Do you agree that nature should be comprised of the best and not be contaminated with inferior qualities of life? If only the best exists, then all progeny will be the best as well. So please do not ask us to save you when you get into trouble. Nature does not smile on those who prolong the life of a dying breed or species. If you are enslaved, it is not our kind which will save you. You may not ask us to arrest your violators and free you. This will have to be done by yourselves. Each of you has a little bit of power, but when you work together, the power is enormous. You must stop thinking that you are powerless and instead ask, what can I do? Every day you ask again, what can I do? Are you aware that everything can be defeated? Truth is the worst enemy of the dictator, and so you must know the truth and spread it. The more you spread the truth, the harder the dictator has to work to hide the truth, and since you outnumber the dictator by millions to one, you can easily defeat any dictator by spreading the truth. It is true you can do little by yourself, but your efforts multiply exponentially, and as a group, you have enormous strength and unlimited potential. The first step is to give up the notion that you are powerless, because that idea was put into your head by someone who wanted to control you. You are accustomed to solving simple problems instantly by yourself. If you are hungry, you go get a sandwich. Problem solved. Big problems are solved with behavior. Spreading truth is a habit you develop, and the dictator won't like this, and he will try to control you so you don't disseminate the truth. You defy the dictator by finding a way to get the truth out to others. Discover his secrets, and then spread the truth to others by any means you can find. Videos which are served by a server are ideal because once created, they work 24/7 for you. Do you like that term? I picked that up from one of your earthlings. The dictator works for decades to set up a lie, and you can tear it down in a day by creating a video and telling the truth to others. If everyone adopts this habit, the dictator can't continue to hold power over you. When he tries harder, push back harder still, and you can topple him. Do not ask, how can I cure this problem? Because one individual is too feeble to cure a big problem, especially one that was put into place over decades or centuries. This problem is solved by knowing how to poison the well of the dictator. Truth will undermine the dictator and topple him. Dig out the truth, then disseminate it, and watch the dictator fall swiftly. Each of you is like a single drop of rain, but when you fall from the atmosphere, along with other drops of rain, you can become a flood, or you can provide water for lakes and streams, and be an integral part of nature. You can build up a great society, or you can tear down a dictatorship. From this example, you can see that every drop of rain has value in the aggregate. You must appreciate first your own value Then the value of others to understand how each drop of rain plays a small role in providing all that is necessary to sustain life, prosper, and develop. We did not come here to give you lessons, and our visit here today is much like your stop for coffee or breakfast on your transcontinental odyssey in your own Terran travel craft. One day, perhaps, you will be much more powerful, but for now, you must do a small task in order to earn your place in this world. To begin to influence the world around you, you must begin with yourself. If you are doing nothing, then you have no value. If you begin tomorrow to participate in some small way, you change your value. As each day passes, you try to do more and your value grows. A seed can increase its value 10,000% in a single month. Consider a tomato seed. You can buy 1 ounce for $7.50, and there are 11,000 seeds. What is the cost of each? It's very small, but when you take action and plant a seed, in a month it germinates and has a value of $1. That's 10,000% growth. That is the value of a seedling, and it's yours just for taking action. The exponential growth of seeds is a design by extraterrestrials because we wanted this to be a world of plenty. Those who control you have convinced you that there is scarcity, and they force you to do without most of the things that you want. Do not accept this. Plant seeds. The truth is a tiny seed when you begin to spread it, but it grows exponentially when others hear your message of truth. Do not rely on spreading the truth by telling others, for this is inefficient. You have the internet today, and one well-thought-out message, properly recorded and decorated with images, can reach 25,000 people. And on this channel, you can see videos with views of 50,000 and more. One person can reach 500,000 in less than 1 year. You must recognize that this is the work of just one person who decided to put out a message. And if you are not capable of putting out a message, you should just put out the message of your favorite videos by posting them or linking to them, and that's doing your share. People who put forth no action are worthless, and they deserve to fail. Those who take action are valuable, and their value continues to grow like the base of a pyramid. The pyramid is a symbol of exponential growth, and it should be your model for taking action. You sit at the top of a very large pyramid, and as long as you do nothing, you are at the base of that pyramid. You have two choices. 1, take action, or 2, do nothing. Value comes only from action, not inactivity. People who have a lot of value are deeply missed when they are gone. Most people want to be loved, but they don't know how to make others love them. Be of value to others, and they will deeply miss you when you are no longer here. Many of you have noticed that your weather is changing. You have areas with drought and some with too much rain. Sometimes it's cold when it's supposed to be hot. Earthquakes and volcanoes are more common than before, and you're wondering why. Years ago, your scientists had a theory about nuclear physics. They thought it was possible to split the atom, and they were right, but they only understood part of the nuclear reactions and were unaware of the subatomic particles that were released by these nuclear reactions. Your scientists thought they understood, and little did they know that the subatomic particles pass through the containment vessels and damage it, so that after a decade, larger parts of the atom are able to escape. This was a disaster, and your scientists became aware of the damage caused by subatomic particles, but they did nothing to avert the destruction. Then scientists began to notice a hole in the ozone layer, which allows deadly rays to attack the Earth. Still, your scientists did nothing, because your leaders were greedy, and they only cared about money. and they ignored all life forms. Earlier we considered which life forms should exist. Logic tells you that any form of life which does not consider other forms of life and allows all forms of life to perish should perish too, doesn't it? Greed and corruption will swiftly lead to disaster, and your course currently is total extinction, not only of your own kind, but all life on Earth. This ozone protects the life on Earth that all other life depends upon. It protects all living creatures from ultraviolet light. It kills all life forms. Skin cancer used to occur in only 1 in 1,500 people, and today it's 1 in 150. Does this suggest that something is wrong? Do you think your leaders are not aware of this? They amass fortunes which cannot be spent unless life prevails. They seek every opportunity to make a profit, but they do not plan to the preservation of the planet, so what good is the money? Greed makes people stupid. The lust for power over others is the driving force as well. This is why greed and the lust for power are vices, not virtues. Nuclear testing has now been done by many of your nations, and each one is contributing to the destruction of life on your planet. Life has no chance to survive now on your planet. Soon all life will cease to exist here on this beautiful planet. We cannot save you, and your leaders have no desire to save you. They seek profits now, and they don't care about tomorrow or the big picture. They are very foolish, and they deserve to die. We will not intervene, for this is your job. We have a duty to tell you, and if you do not take action as individuals, you will pay the price. Let me leave you with one last thought. War is unnecessary. We are all one. Any organism which attacks itself will die. We are finished, and now we must go. You will perish, and rightfully so.
I'm Agent Morris with the NSA, and this is Special Agent Kirkpatrick. Now, we know you've all been through quite an ordeal, so we appreciate you making a trip to Washington on such short notice.
Yes, you three experienced the first verified case of alien abduction, so naturally you are of great interest to the United States government.
It's nuts, man. I mean, we're just small-town buds who saw a UFO in the woods, and now we're hiding out with the government.
Okay. Now, after the blue light pulled you into the spacecraft, what is your next memory?
I came to and saw a beautiful being made of like a beautiful calming light.
Yeah, same here. That being touched my head, and I felt every emotion in its purest form. It was amazing, and I cried, sir.
Okay, and you, Miss Rafferty?
Wow. What floor were you guys on? I woke up in a dirty metal dome, and 40 little gray aliens watched me pee in a steel bowl. When they took the bowl, walked out.
Interesting. Were these beings also bathed in light?
No, they were gray with big fat eyes, little mouths. They just stared while I peed. I don't think I was dealing with the top brass.
And how did they instruct you to urinate? Was that telepathically?
No, I woke up, I had to pee like a camel. So I started peeing, and one of the gray aliens slapped the wall and pointed at the bowl. So I got the hint, I kind of ducked, walked over the bowl, peed.
Yes, I see. Now, when you all awoke, were you clothed?
I was wrapped in like a robe made out of warm, glowing energy.
Yeah, like a blanket made out of pure love.
Yeah, a little different for me. I had my shirt I came in with, but my pants were gone. So my coot was out. I was full Porky Pig in it in a drafty dome.
Now, did you all stay on the same ship the entire time? Or?
Well, you know, my body did, but my consciousness was showing what lies beyond time and space. It was so beautiful.
I'm sorry, I'm just crying about, just thinking about it a little bit.
Do you need a tissue?
What? No, sorry, I'll use my shirt.
The alien showed my mind the furnace of all creation, what we would call God.
What? These fancy cats are seeing God. Meanwhile, I'm starting phase 2, which is me sitting on a stool while 40 gray aliens take turns gently batting my knockers in. Did y'all get the knocker stuff?
No knocker stuff, sorry.
And did you feel threatened, Miss Rafferty?
No. They were real respectful about it. They were in a line, and then one by one they'd step up, slap a knocker, and then go to the end of the line, wait for another turn. It didn't hurt. It was like, I'm sorry, pardon me, Sharon, kind of like that. No harm, no foul.
That hurts, look, that hurts.
Perhaps they were collecting biological data?
No, that felt super off the books. I swear to God, there was one gray alien by a door, just kind of. I think he was the lookout. Look, it wasn't my worst Wednesday night.
And how did the aliens return you all to Earth?
I was carried down gently. I was carried down gently in a cradle of light, placed into a soft bed of wildflowers.
Yeah. The light laid me down like a baby in a meadow near my house. I was smiling and weeping, tears of joy, sir.
All right, well, now this missed me a little bit. Because my grand exit was out of what was basically like a big airplane toilet, okay? I dropped down 7 feet on the roof of a Long John Silver's. They threw out my pants separately. They missed the roof. My slacks landed in a frickin' pine tree 30 feet away. So I had to just chill up there with my damn coot and prune shoe till the place opened up.
You got screwed.
You think, Todd?
Well, we'd like to take you guys for physical examinations now.
Yeah, all right. They're gonna be any knocker stuff?
Possibly, I'm sorry.
No, don't be. Just be gentle, because they're pretty banged up. Turn me back on. What's God's deal?
Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe. Now it's laser time.
Thank you all for coming on such short notice. Once again, I'm Agent Morris with the NSA, and this is Special Agent Fitzsimmons.
You three are of great interest to the U.S. government, as you are the first and only people to have experienced 2 verified alien abductions.
This is nuts. Like, 1 minute we're drinking beer in the cold parking lots, and now we're cosmic curiosities.
Indeed. Now, can you tell us how you were brought aboard the spacecraft?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for this bitchin' hat. It fits my head perfect, and I love it.
Oh, well, we're glad you like it.
And also to answer your question, sir, it was this sort of like pathway made of golden light came down from the spaceship, and we were just like gently ushered in and just floated up into it.
And we got up and, we got up in the ship and we saw the aliens. Glowing beams made a beautiful light and they welcomed us back. It was amazing.
I see. And you, Miss Rafferty?
Yeah. Cookie crumbled a little different for me here. I wasn't so much lifted by light as I was caught in a net. And the bastard set a snare for me. Next thing I know, I'm being winched straight up through the world's sappiest pine tree, right? My slacks got snagged on a branch, so they're gone. And I'm hauled on board with my bush and my tush hanging out. I see my old pals, the gray aliens with the big, stupid, fat eyes, and I'm hit with the realization, first time I've been on a second date since 2009.
Now, once aboard the ship, what happened?
Well, the aliens, like, touched our foreheads, and I saw my whole life, even parts I haven't lived yet, and in a lot of those parts, I was wearing this hat.
Yeah, it was as if through their touch, I like understood the answer to that all-important question, why are we here?
What? These guys are tripping out at Burning Man. Meanwhile, I'm stranded at the Fire Festival. I hadn't been on board more than 2 minutes before the little grays start tapping on my knockers. Keep in mind, I got no pants on my top and my top. And then this one guy keeps coming back, pointing in my butt like, whoa, how'd we miss this?
Interesting. And how would you describe their demeanor?
Shoppers storming a Walmart on Black Friday. They're up, dropping in, scrambling to mash up my cheek meat like it's pizza dough. Right? Some would knead for a bit, you know, and wait for another turn. I mean, if they're coming back for seconds, that means dinner's a hit, right?
I wonder if this was some sort of anatomical study?
Nah, I don't think any of these guys are working on their master's thesis. Here's what I think was happening. You might help me out, Ted. Stand up. Okay. Yeah, turn around. Thanks. So these guys don't have butts, regular butts. I don't think they've ever seen a crack before. So my theory is, right, they thought I had like broken into 2 pieces and they were trying to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Gosh, they were trying everything. I mean, they were pushing, they were slamming. They'd take one cheek, kind of jiggle it. And they were making a sound the whole time like, one guy was trying to like punch it back together like he was breaking in a catcher's mitt. Another one of these idiots was just like, looking for the source of the tear, and I was like, hey, last guy who did that got double barrel pink eye. Thanks, Todd, you can sit down.
How were you all returned to Earth?
We were led down a passageway of light, cradled by what felt like fuzzy mittens, and it almost felt like I was like God himself, you know, was playing with my hair. It was one of the happiest moments of my life. Right up there with getting this hat.
Todd, he's up on the hat, right? But when the aliens left, I remember feeling like happy and safe, because I knew they'd always be there just watching over me.
All right, that really puts a bee in my beaver. Because I get pushed out the hatch to find they've let me out on top of the ship, so I gotta scoot myself down cold metal to a jump spot. I free fall 20 feet down. I land ass up on a pool raft with my pink pocket and my stink rocket on full display in the middle of Danny Randall's pool party.
I'm sorry, who is Danny Randall?
Beats the hell out of me, but he's never gonna forget his 12th birthday. Alright,
Well, if you would come with us, we'd like to run some medical tests.
just so you guys know, some of the bruises on my keister were there before the aliens got me.
Ta med deg Ikano-visa til Solen. Søk på ikanobank.no.
Jag har dålig ingen känner. Ja, det kan det vara. Uppidas. Escucha como pierde. Så. Siempre así. Pinto till sorgsmalning. Ja, jag får få det. Tack. Så har jag printat fel. Nu är det ingen kick. Så. Jag blir printat. Jag printar mig på 3. Jag har lyssnat på den printat för printat på alla de vill jag vill printa. Vilken skapskola. Inte en partaj.